Welcome back, gamers, to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and if you happen to be new here, we post daily content on all things gaming. So if you're down with that, then tap that subscribe button to never miss another video. Make sure you stay all the way until the end because you won't believe what our #1 spot is. Plus, leave us a comment down below if you've ever found a video game secret and which game was it. And while you type your answers, let's jump into today's list of the top 10 biggest video game secrets that were hidden in plain sight. At number 10, Happy Halo Birthday. Life can be quite busy sometimes, and for many, missing a loved one's birthday is inexcusable. However, for senior engineer Adrian Perez, he had a pretty good reason because, well, he was helping put together the legendary game of Halo 3. Although it's clear that his wife was still at the top of his mind while doing this because hidden in plain sight was an encoded birthday message to his wife. A secret that no one except for his wife realized was there for 7 long years. To see this, all you have to do is set your Xbox 360's clock to December 25th, boot up Halo 3 from the disc, and then while your game is loading from the main menu, simply click in both analog sticks. As the image of the ring animates, you can see a faint text that reads "Happy Birthday Lauren" in the Halo ring itself. In at number 9, Deadly Premonition. This fun murder mystery is an open world survival horror video game set in the fictional rural American town of Greenvale, Washington. It follows an FBI agent named Francis York Morgan as he investigates the town when an 18-year-old woman is murdered. The game is about finding clues to catch the infamous Raincoat Killer. What most didn't realize was that the killer was in plain sight for the entire game. Upon fans of the game doing a second playthrough, many were shocked to discover that clues pointing to Sheriff George being the killer were literally staring them in the face. One of the first most obvious hints were the collection of yellow raincoats in the sheriff's office, which then turned red like the killers in the Otherworld sequence. Although the most obvious was George's car license plate that read "He's the one." A pretty flat out message from the developers that the killer is right there. In at number 8, the Calendar Man Riddle. This is another brilliantly done secret waiting to be discovered by only the most hardcore of fans. Batman Arkham City developer Rocksteady had coded in dialogue for when you visit the Calendar Man that differed based on the date your console's clock was set to. 3 years after the game's release, Rocksteady even dropped another hint in a video called Arkham City Secret.
Oh well, and on today of all days, do you remember my early work? Flawed, but it showed promise.
The developers used a fake YouTube account to push people in the right direction, and it didn't take too long either for a fan channel called Batman Arkham Videos to realize that when you input the date December 13th, 2004 into your system, it would finally reveal the last piece of dialogue pulling the entirety of the story together. That is a significant date for Rocksteady founders because it's the day that the company was created and their work with the Batman games began. The key line was, "I was there at the beginning and I will be there at your end." In at number 7, the Breakout Plan.
We're all safer now than we have ever been.
Liar! You have no idea what you're in for.
Few video games can create such an immersive story of a person turning into a villain like Insomniac Games can. At first, they make us believe that Otto will heed Peter's warning of the mechanical arms damaging his brain, but time after time we see bad decisions being made by the Doctor that lead him down a terrible path into madness. However, the ending of the game where Doc Ock attempts to break out all of the prisoners at Rikers has been staring us in the face for the whole game. If you look around Otto's lab in the early stages of the game, you'll see various boards filled with things such as guard rotations and escape raft designs. Eventually, you find out that he had been lying to Peter for the whole game, but if we had have looked closer, the truth could have been much faster to find. In at number 6, the Silent Hill Kill. Considered to be the favorite in the Silent Hill family, Silent Hill 2 is chock full of monsters and demons that will haunt your dreams forever. As you know, the town of Silent Hill alters based on who happens to be strolling through town that week, and for James Sunderland, it's the attempt to find his missing wife Mary that brings him there. While the game focuses on solving the mystery that results in one of the biggest plot twists in video game history, the smoking gun was in front of us the whole time. We just had to be listening very carefully. At the very beginning of the game, James finds a radio and on the other end is a message from Mary. Amongst the static, you can actually make out her saying the words, "Why did you kill me?"
What the? Better take it anyway.
In at number 5, the snake unravels. Hideo Kojima has truly proven to be an expert in foreshadowing for their incredible video game series of Metal Gear Solid. Amongst the game's brilliance, embedded philosophy, and political commentary, there are key clues hidden in plain sight that unravel the entire plot, revealing things that would normally take much longer to find out. For example, your mentor, Master Miller, who we discovered was dead for quite some time, was actually your enemy Liquid Snake. The first clue they gave is that when after a battle with Liquid Snake where his helicopter crashes into a fiery wreck, Miller becomes completely unreachable, meaning that the voice of Master Miller that we've been hearing this whole time was actually Liquid Snake. And at number 4, Master Hand.
Like, very well, I should say, is Final Destination, so I chose this stage. And, I just played against Mario for whatever reason.
While you may feel this one is harder to unlock or realize, it's arguable that the pathway to playing as the Master Hand has been right in front of you. You just needed to think outside the box, or GameCube in this scenario. If you have a controller plugged into the third player port, then point the cursor over the name area for the character select screen while holding A and B. You then release A, keeping your finger still on B, then finally scroll back to the name entry field and press the A button while still keeping B pushed down. If you manage to do this correctly, you will actually be able to play as the Master Glove, a character we often see but never imagine using in Super Smash Bros. In at number 3, phase messages. What is that famous phrase? Oh, yes, behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes. In this case, Kratos' wife knew what would happen all along in this game. We just all glossed completely over it. After Faye is cremated and it is revealed that she is a powerful giant, her role becomes so much more upon glancing at the carved murals on the wall. Even more of a "I can't believe I missed that" moment comes from a line of dialogue where his son notices that the messages have golden patterns that match up to which areas are safe to climb and explore. It was a golden flag waving in our face saying, "Hey, look over here, would ya?" Faye literally paved the safest route for Kratos and his son to have the best bonding experience ever, like a really scary Father's Day scavenger hunt. Bless you, God of War. In at number 2, the riddle. It was difficult not to give this one the number 1 spot because of how much it made gamers go, "Oh, that's what it is, ah." Trials HD developers had hidden both a question and an answer in the game that can only be discovered by paying attention to very obscure clues. Some were even tossed in to throw people off, like the woolly mammoth, which turned out to be a mistake somehow. The riddle was an ode to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, ending with the number 42, the answer to life. And after 2 years of fans' frustration, Red Link said, "Look, the answer to the question was to question." The meaning of life riddle wasn't there to give you an answer to life, but to inspire those playing the game to interact with clues and create interest in the pursuit of knowledge. The answer to the question was to question everything.
But it was the question. The ultimate question. Of everything.
That's not a question. Only when you know the question will you know what the answer means.
Last but not least, our number 1 spot, fight Professor Oak.
As soon as you hit B, the fight starts. And Professor Oak wants to fight you with 5 Pokemon.
Now, we all love Professor Oak as much as the next Pokemon trainer does, but have you ever wondered if you could actually battle with him to, test your skill? Well, turns out you could this whole time, you just needed to be more prepared. One main requirement is that you'll need to have a Pokemon on your team with a 226 special stat. There's even a clue in the game on the PC in Professor Oak's lab that hints towards him truly being the final boss. There's an invitation from the Indigo League on the computer issuing a challenge to all Pokemon trainers, but they specifically ask Oak to come and visit them. Oak's strength level on his team is right on par with Blue, his grandson and Pokemon champion. Even 4 of his Pokemon are the same as Blue, but with higher levels, so it's believed that Professor Oak is the game's true champion and was meant to be battled this whole time. Although you'll have to use the Ditto glitch to unlock this, you can look up tutorials online if you're interested in exposing this video game secret hidden in plain sight. And that has been the top 10 biggest video game secrets that were hidden in plain sight. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, show us some love by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this list. And for more videos like this one, all you have to do is click that playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Gaming, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.